There's something I can't stop thinking about. Wine is pretty expensive now. And yet we constantly hear from collectors about how back in the day, Burgundy was reasonable, about how they were buying Bordeaux for $20, cases of it. Not because it was trendy or cool, but because those regions and producers had dialed it in for decades and collectors knew that the wines would only get better with time. And the thing I keep wondering to myself, what are those wines right now? And more importantly, will I recognize it when it's right in front of me? Maybe I already have. I spent years as a sommelier in Napa Valley, and one of the privileges of that work was tasting Duckhorn going back to their earliest vintages. Sure, they made delicious Cabernet like a lot of the producers in the 70s, but it was their Merlot that kept bringing me back. Which is interesting because at the time, Merlot wasn't the fashionable wine to be making, but Duckhorn knew and understood the potential, refining it vintage after vintage to become the defining voice for Merlot in Napa Valley. It made me think about this feeling that I get when I use my grandmother's things, the thing that she kept for good reason that was sometimes overlooked. You understand now why she held on to it. And that's kind of where I am with wine these days. Because the truth is these things take time. They take reflection. They take generations to understand the true impact and legacy, which is where true value lies. 50 years putting vision over trend isn't luck. It's knowing. Just like my grandmother did. So the question isn't whether Duckhorn will be one of those bottles we talk about in 30 years. It already is. The question is, what will you do about it?